So we're going to wrap this up with some NBA talk. We're gonna wrap this up with some NBA talk, man. It was one
Yeah.
week into the season. For those of you who used to watch our Ball Don't Lie podcast, we are here to talk NBA. So I actually had to pay for a league pass, which I was very upset about. Because I do not want to. I am not a huge NBA watcher until I have to. But I was
Yeah.
like, we got 4 hours of content to fill up every week. Actually,
Yeah.
five now because I'm doing a Wednesday show now too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, nigga, shout out to Dofu Sports because these niggas are not getting my money yet. I'm gonna see if they got a student plan because shout out to me. Me and my little brother are 15 years apart. That little nigga's at school right down the block. I'm gonna say, hey, bro, bring your student ID, nigga. I'm gonna pay for it, but if I get to Spain, I'm gonna get to Spain. But until then, I am still illegally streaming. Like y'all a billion-dollar organization. Can't do it.
I've got the one device league pass, so it's $15 a month, which isn't bad.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
not bad. They got the new plan for like only one device. So, and this is how strict they are with it. And by the way, everybody knows who listened to Summer Session Father, we were on Pappy's league pass for about a decade. It was me, my brother, Thomas, motherfucking niggas wouldn't even know Pappy like that. Mike was on there. My cousin Dan was on there. It was like at least 15 to 20 niggas on Pavs league pass until they stopped that shit last year. But I paid for the single tier. But this is how petty they are. I was literally watching the Bulls Pistons game on Saturday, and I was just looking at the other scores on my phone, and I accidentally clicked on the Wizards game. When I tell you, they immediately cut off my stream on the TV. You can't be logged in on 2 devices immediately. I was like, okay, y'all on some petty shit, man. But let's talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, the number one team here in the city that I call home right now. They have started 1-2 in this season. A loss to the defending champion, Denver Nuggets on opening night. They got them a win against Kevin Durant and a whole bunch of Whole Foods baggers because Devin Booker and motherfucking Bradley Beal didn't play. They barely won that game, and they lost in overtime last night to De'Aaron Fox and Sacramento Kings. My question to you, bro, do you feel like the Lakers are asking too much for LeBron? I mean, we only 3 games in. They did the 29-minute shit in the first game. They completely abandoned that shit. He played all the fourth quarter in game 2. And then in this past game last night, he played like 40 minutes in the entire overtime. This is not, to me, a sustainable method. What do you think about what they're asking from Bron in year 21?
Oh, no, it is 1,000% too much. And we know it's too much. And, like, it's one of those things where it's like, what's the point of even coming out and saying, well, we're going to put them on the minutes limit so we can have them for the playoffs? If one game into the season, LeBron is coming to you like, hey, bro, fuck that. Like, put me back in the game. Like, it's just like with the Bulls and they game 1 players only meeting shit. Like, what the fuck were y'all doing all summer that we get to game 1 and you already scrapping the game plan? Like that's concerning to me, my nigga, because like I said, I'm someone who's come a long way on Bron, and I don't knock him as much as other people, but at the same time, Father Time is undefeated, my nigga, and he's been hurt every year in a Lakers uniform. So you sitting here saying you want to maximize the time you have left with LeBron and have him at his best when you need him to be at his best. But here you are in game 2 of 82 saying, all right, bro, go ahead and play 40. Go ahead and play the whole 4. Fuck it. Like, no, bro, that shit is definitely concerning, especially with Anthony Davis. As much as we shit on AD and try to make comments about AD, the Lakers don't run enough offense through AD. Like, somebody was talking about talking about it earlier today, and they were like, bro, you'll never go 10 possessions and the Nuggets only run 2 plays for Joker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You'll never go 10 possessions and Philly only runs 2 plays for Embiid. Like, if you want to run it through him, run it through him. And if that means you need to go get a point guard, stop bullshitting with D'Angelo Russell and either glue his ass to the bench or trade that nigga. Like, I feel like LeBron wanted to strangle that man when he ran the wrong way on the inbound pass at the end of that game. Yeah. Brown was furious. So, bro, you got to do something to make sure AD is engaged and being your lead guy on offense, because you want Bron to be able to do that in, pick his spots. 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, pick your spurts in the first half but you don't want LeBron to be playing 40-some minutes in year 21. Like, it's cool to keep saying year 21 this, year 21 that. But again, y'all gonna be saying year 21, and then just like Bean, bro gonna put the team on his back, tear his Achilles, tear some shit up, and then what? Then what we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, to me, this all goes back to what I've been saying about Anthony Davis. What the fuck? Like, they need more from this dude. Like, it's just really don't get much simpler than that. You know, they need more than what they get in Anthony Davis, because you can't be having LeBron out here playing all these minutes early. He has been hurt. It's not even his last game. He's been hurt every year since he's been in LA. I'm talking about his first couple months. Remember the groin injury this first year there, and it took him out basically for the rest of the fucking season? It's not a matter of if LeBron is going to get hurt anymore. It's a matter of when. So you need to be able to have your team play that hard. Everybody talked about the depth that the Lakers had coming into this season. I never seen so many niggas gas up Jackson Hayes in my entire fucking life. And I know it's because the Lakers, we do the same thing to the Lakers that we do with the Dallas Cowboys. Like, niggas was gassing up Christian Wood. There's a reason Christian Wood wasn't signed to like fucking August. It's because nobody wants the nigga. Gabe Vincent is looking like one of the worst signings. Now, granted, it's only 3 games. Yeah, 79 more to get better. He was looking like one of the worst signings of the all season. He's like, he had that little mojo in Miami where he was hooping like he was fucking Allen Iverson. He's come back down to earth. So it really doesn't matter, even when these core players, or not called role players, get to play in the way we expect them to play. If Anthony Davis ain't playing the way he's supposed to fucking play, like when they traded for Anthony Davis almost 4 or 5 years ago at this point now, LeBron said himself, the plan was for him to pass the baton to motherfucking Anthony Davis, and then LeBron can hold on to his cape and bow out gracefully. LeBron even set the table at Media Day this year. He said, this is Anthony Davis's team. Anthony Davis is already doing that, killing one night, off the other night type shit. And that's the problem to me, because if Anthony Davis plays well, you don't have to play LeBron all these minutes. He can play 29 minutes a game and do what you got to do. Now you got this in-season tournament coming with the league expecting its top players, specifically LeBron, to actually play and not sit these games out. That's going to fall even more on Anthony Davis' shoulders. So to me, that's where it lies with the Lakers, man. And speaking of in-season tournament, did you see those courts that they released today?
Absolutely ridiculous. Like, this was some fucking NBA 2K my player extra shit. Like, I understand again, and like, we as people who are in the sports realm, we understand they're borrowing different shit from different leagues trying to just spark excitement. Even with the announcement today with the Kim K Skims shit. Like, obviously every woman or every person who's a fan of Kim K is not going to become an NBA fan, but those extra eyes you will get here and there, it'll be worth the sponsorship.
Men's underwear though for the NBA as well, but go ahead.
Insane. But I mean, but like, to their credit, we did the same thing when they did the Stan socks deal. It's like, why the fuck are y'all doing sock deals? Like, put some socks on and hoop. Like, niggas who are like basketball purists are not gonna care about shit like this. But the things like the Skims deal, the in-season tournament, that's for the trendy basketball fans, the casuals that they trying to get to come in and give them a reason to come watch this shit. So the courts are fucking ridiculous. Like, who really cares? Like, don't get me wrong, I like a good court redesign, but having the Bulls playing on a big red ass court in the middle of the United Center, like, no, like, I don't give a fuck at all.
I mean, to me, with these courts, they look real 2K-ish. Like, you make your own court on 2K and shit. Like, that's what it look. I liked how the Bulls court look, but like I said on my Instagram, it's a nice atmosphere to lose in, because that's exactly what the Bulls are gonna do. I respect,
like a big 3 game.
Yeah, yes, exactly, 100%. Which goes even to more of Ice Cube saying they're stealing shit from him. This is Exhibit A right here. So I agree. I respect what the NBA is trying to do, making us try to give a fuck about this fucking in-season tournament. I don't think nobody's gonna care. I don't care, but it's just like, okay, well, this is Adam Silver's NBA. Like, the Skims deal, I think it's great for Kim. By the way, I just want to say, I'm gonna get my Stephen A shit. Kim K still look good. Y'all sit up here. Say a little bullshit. I know Kim K got her variants. Trust me. I live in Los Angeles. I see them every goddamn day. There's a lot of Kim K variants. But look, be very clear. You can't get better than the original, goddammit.
I'm about to say whatever you want about that anti-Semite, but Kim K, nigga.
Kim K is still a bad bitch. And I say that with all due respect. Because out of all the crazy Kardashian clan, she the one who don't really like. What's the worst thing people have said about Kim? She got a sex tape. 2023.
Bro, say what you want about Kim, but like most of the people that she be out fucking, she be dating them. So it's like
exactly.
Y'all are just upset that this woman is popping. Like it's okay.
So that is a fine ass woman, 100%. And I think it's a great deal for her. And I actually think it's not. I think it's a great deal for the NBA too. I think it's better for Kim than the NBA. Yeah. But as a basketball fan,
NBA. It's the NBA, WNBA, and Team USA.
Yeah, and Team USA. So it's a great deal for that. But I don't want to wake up 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm on Instagram and I see Shay with his goddamn shirt off and draws, and like, oh, sponsored by Kim K. I don't want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? So on that, from a basketball perspective, if you look at this, you look at the fact that these players aren't even giving a fuck about the load management rule. Like, we had to bully Embiid to play last night. The fact that he was gonna sit out a home opener in Game 3 when James Harden already ain't playing it's fucking nuts to me. Yeah, and Jimmy Butler taking games off, like what the fuck? So I can rant on this all day.
No, but we're not gonna rant on it all day. But I do want to say this, G, and we've talked about it for years about how like AAU culture is really invading the NBA. But like, not to be on my shut up and dribble shit, but when it comes to entitled players, the NBA takes the fucking cake, bro. Oh, like niggas was mad at Charles Barkley when he said it, but he hit the nail on the head, bro. You Devin Booker, you sitting out with a sore toe, nigga. Everybody's feet hurt. Play the fucking game, bro. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? Niggas will legit be like, yo, I'm sore, I'm not playing today. Like, just unlimited PTO. Like, yo, this shit is insane. Like, it's getting worse, bro.
It's getting worse. You niggas are getting paid, and I don't want to pocket watch. I'm not gonna be one of them niggas who got fans like, I'll pay your bills. No, I'm not gonna get on that shit. But you are paid hundreds of $1 million to play a fucking game. You can go out there and play a game at least 3 times a week. Now, if you're actually hurt, you're actually hurt. I believe Bradley Beal is actually hurt because he didn't play last couple preseason games.
Did you see him shooting them shots?
Yeah.
Oh, he out there walking around like Michael Porter Jr. Nigga, his back is really hurt. Like
that back is actually hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I'll shoot some bail, even though when I woke up last Tuesday on opening day and first thing I see is underdog NBA, Bradley Beal not playing tonight, I got pissed the fuck off. But Devin Booker, after you just play well against the Warriors, now you want to sit down? Who wants to see that shit? I said last week, the NBA has the most talent it's ever had. I don't even think that's debatable. But the fact that we don't know what these niggas gonna play each game, and me and you and everybody else on this network, we're avid sports fans. We're part of media, so we know to look at injury reports before we leave the house. I've been covering the Clippers for 3 seasons. I know I'm not even looking at the Uber till I see if Kawhi and PG play. So you know what I'm saying? We know this, but the average fan or that dad or that mom who are taking their kid to an NBA game, they done been at work all day. They're not looking at underdog NBA on Twitter and see who the fuck ain't playing. And you just spend all this damn money on Philly. The Eagles already played. The Phillies eliminated. You just spend all this money to Philadelphia, and this big ass nigga ain't playing because of rest. We ain't in 1 week in the season. It's bullshit. And we keep talking about, oh, well, the NFL's doing this, that, and the third. You letting them beat you. You know what I'm saying? If these players played consistently, the NBA will have a better product on the floor. And that's just where I'm at with it, man. Let's move. Yeah, let's move on to the next with the Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets, man, these dudes looking great. 3-0 so far in this season. They just mollywopped the fucking Thunder the other night. Jokic, this whole team, to me, I feel like the good thing about the Nuggets, remember all these questions we've had the last couple of years about them, could they win a championship? Now that they've won a championship, that monkey's off their back. They haven't lost any. They lost Bruce Brown. He was good, but that's not really nobody you really care about losing, I hate to say. They still got Jokic. It looks like Jamal Murray might actually make his first All-Star team this year. Are the Nuggets unstoppable, or we just like, is it too early in the season, or do you think that this is going to be one of the years where they're going to be on cruise control for the most part?
Unstoppable is tough. I don't think any team is unstoppable, but it's more so of, like we said, we really sat here before the Jamal Murray injury and watched them, one, build that team, two, watch them go through game seven after game seven after game seven, hitting their head on the ceiling, hitting their head on the ceiling. Then they finally break through. So I wouldn't say it's unstoppable, but you're finally seeing a team that, as much as people ignore them, this is the team y'all claim y'all want. A team that was built through the draft, a team that has identified talent all along the way, shipped people out, brought people in, and now you have the potential to be, a really, I don't want to say dynasty because dynasty is difficult, but to be one of the better teams of your era. And so I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't say unstoppable, but they are going to be a tough out because your core has played together and been together. And so it's funny how we went from joking about, house arrest KCP to now he's a quality vet on that team. You feel me?
Kentavious
Like,
Caldwell Parole.
yeah, he's a quality vet on that squad, giving them, much needed minutes and just leadership. And Aaron Gordon, I ain't gonna lie, I've really been impressed with Aaron Gordon. Like,
Yeah,
the
me
way
too.
he plays, the things he does for that ball club, seeing him get rebounds, go coast to coast, actually being comfortable dribbling the ball, being, essentially everything he was scouted to be. He may not be that superstar guy, but he's a quality piece on the championship team. So when you look at the way it was built, the way it was constructed, that team is going to be extremely tough to beat. So I'll hold my tongue and not say unstoppable, but they're going to be tough as long as they stay healthy. They're going to be tough year round.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think unstoppable, but I do think this is going to be their season where I think during the regular season they will be on cruise control. Like, unless they get hurt, which is injuries happen. This is a team that doesn't load manage. Shout out to Michael Malone. They don't load manage. Jokic is going out there play. Jamal Murray is in a zone that's just like crazy right now. I think the way this team now the question, I feel like last year there was a little question: can we do it? Like, we've always had great regular seasons. When the playoffs come, can we do it? That question has been answered. They know they can do it. So I feel like this is going to be a team that I had at the beginning of the year. I think they're going to be number one seed. I think they're going to be the number one seed, and everybody's going to have to come through Denver to try to beat them. And Jokic is the best player in basketball, man. So it's going to be one of those seasons where you got that champion, and they're just on autopilot for the entire regular season. Let's talk about a team that just beat the beloved this weekend. The Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons starting pretty good here in this season. I don't know if they're undefeated or they're like 2-1. I'm gonna check real quick, but they've got a nice little young core going on right now. Then you got Cade Cunningham, you got Jalen Duren, you got that whole little team. They got Monty Williams, who's their new head coach. I like seeing young teams on the rise because it's something that the Bulls don't have. But I'm looking right here at their record. Detroit is 2-1 in the first three. So, what do you think about what they're building in Detroit? Do you know how you like seeing Cade and the way these guys been playing, and how you think that Monty's going to try to take this team to the next level?
I like it a lot. Not to, I'll go right back to that real quick. Max Scherzer just got hurt. They had to take him out the game in the third
Oh
inning.
shit!
Yeah, but no, I think they're really, and we speaking of our city, and we've seen these rushed rebuild projects. We've seen the team actually build it the right way. You have the potential. You got a number one pick. You've had several lottery picks, but between Cade and Buddy, you just got from Overtime Elite and his total package, and I think that's a team that this year they should compete for a play in. Like, you should see them take that step. So I guess if consider that most people don't even mention Detroit when they talk about East Coast basketball these days, but for people to say they have the potential to make a play in the Eastern Conference, I would definitely consider them a sleeper. I think you have the talent, you have the coaching, and that this is one of those situations like Mike mentioned before, but it's that the perfect scenario when you have the young talent and the quality coaching and bringing together. I know a lot of people saw Aiden not want to learn from Monty, but we starting to see Aiden. It's just Aiden. He is who he is. So it wasn't fucking Monty. We know that. So giving him that contract, and I think that contract was like, that was them saying, hey, We want you to build this shit. Like, we
Yeah.
believe in your methods, the way you do things, and we think bringing these young players in here to put them under your tutelage will take us to another level. And when you a team like Detroit, you ain't got shit to lose, bro. You can do things like that. You could tell a coach, hey, bro, you got 10 years, put it together. Let's make it rock. Let's make it work. Because for so long you've been just terrible, and they haven't been really much of anything since the the Big Man days. So I love it a lot, and I think they could definitely be a sleeper. Like I say, for me, when I say sleeper, I'm talking strictly in terms of playing game. So I think absolutely.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that Monty has got a perfect situation here because of the crown. I get not crown, but I guess like they're giving him the keys. They're giving him the keys. Detroit ownership is giving him the keys to be able to build this thing. And I feel like as long as Cade stays healthy, which is something he's got to do, if he stays healthy, they really have a fun team. I think they could definitely be playing worthy. And we talk about the in-season tournament. This is an in-season tournament team that I want to see. I want to see, can Detroit take this seriously? Can they go out there and say, yo, we're going to get the NBA Cup? And that's going to something we're going to add to our rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Would they be able to knock off like some of these veteran teams who they're championship focused? I don't really think they're going to give a fuck about it. I think, and we'll talk more about the NCAA tournament on Friday, but I do feel like an up-and-coming team is going to win that tournament. That's a team that I'd be looking for right there. And as a Bulls fan, it's depressing because if you look at every team in the Central, you got the Milwaukee Bucks. We have two top 75 players of all time, Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've got a nice little young core over there with Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, everything they're building over there. You got the Indiana Pacers have a player that the Bulls should have got, Tyrese Halliburton, and all those guys over there. And of course, you see the things you have in Detroit, and the Bulls have motherfucking bum ass Patrick Williams. So, speaking of Patrick Williams, perfect segue into our second to last topic here. Chicago Bulls. What is the score right now? I'm not watching these niggas. They're playing the Pacers tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, I turned away. They were up by 2. I'll tell you in 60 seconds.
Down 15.
Ask the question while I click on this shit.
But the question is, with everything going on with this team and the offensive ineptitude that we've been seeing, with DeMar and Zach still playing, bullshit ball. Now, Zach had 51 points on Sunday and 0 assists. And that team lost by like 16 to the fucking Pistons. My question is, should they entertain James Harden? And the reason I even asked this question is because I feel like James Harden at least fills 2 holes on this team. 1, he can be the point guard. 2, he can actually hit 3-pointers. And he can go out there and lead this offense. And if anything, he can, of course, he's not a better point guard than Lonzo, but he can at least fill in the role to be able to get Zach and DeMar and the rest of the team easier shots. Do you think that they should go in the Harden chase?
Absolutely, and this is why you have nothing else to lose. I don't know who the fuck you think Zach LaVine is, but he's not that guy. He's not. I'm off. I'm so anti Zach LaVine at this point. Like, you could trade this nigga for a rack of basketballs, and I wouldn't be mad. Like you said, 51 points, 0 assists. This is pretty consistent with Zach. When he gets his shit off, the rest of the team kind of struggles. So at this point, I would trade the florist. I would trade Zach. I would trade a first round pick, probably a couple of them, and get Harden in here with Debo and Vooch and see what you could do. They would not play a single stitch of defense. They would probably give up 132 points a night, but it would be some nights where they score 140. So it would be better than the bullshit we're forced to watch now. This team is fucking bad, bro. It's one of those things. It's funny, and we talked about this with the Carter and Craig and the moves they made this offseason. Like, yeah, those are cool if you actually competing for a championship. But you niggas really tried to sell me on adding these niggas was going to make the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. At least a mediocre 3-point shooting team. Like, I saw somebody after game 1 say, well, the changes we wanted to see are happening. They shot the threes. They just didn't make them. Oh, so we're just like every other terrible ass team in the fucking league. So no, I'm with you, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck who you got to give up. Trade for James Harden. Fuck it. Let's see what can happen. Y'all can't do shit else, right? Every player we've drafted is either horrible or playing in the G League or still overseas or some shit. Like, what are we doing here? Fuck it. See what happens. Roll the dice, bro. I mean, I'm pretty sure in Chicago Bulls fashion, they're gonna trade for James Harden. James Harden gonna say, "Fuck y'all, I'm not coming." He's gonna come up here 275 pounds and be terrible. And it is what it is. So if anything, let's crash and burn. Let's go out in emphatic fashion. Fuck it. I'm tired of watching these niggas just suck with a fake plan. Like,
I'm with you, bro. I would rather be ass than to have the team that this team has right now. I think with James Harden, at least it puts butts in the seats. It's entertaining. We'll score some points. And just move on from there, man. That's just really how I feel about it. I don't think they do it because, like I said, one, I don't think Harden would want to come there. And number two, with the way he's been acting in Philadelphia, that's not a Jerry Reinsdorf trait for his team. Mr. You can't wear bandanas here until like 2 years ago. So I would go after them, but this is the fucking Bulls, man. They're not going to do anything. Last topic. It has been decided by Adam Silver this week that the NBA All-Star Game will be returning to its traditional East-West format. Quick question, and we're gonna wrap this up. Do you give a shit, and do you think it's going to change the way the All-Star Game is played? Because last year was some bullshit.
Nope, it's gonna be just as terrible. You heard the nigga Shea at the end of the game, Mr. Max contract talking about put in some cash prizes. Like, I don't know how much money you nigga can have. Like, just play the fucking game, bro. It's for the fans.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be there, stay your goofy ass at home, G. Like, at this point, that's how it needs to get there. Like, they need to send out a memo like, hey, bro, this is an exhibition for the fans, not for your rich ass to sit there and act like you want to bitch about it, bro. You niggas go harder in summer league games than you, not summer league games, but the pro-am games than you do in the goddamn all-star game. It don't make no sense. So, like, East, West, pick a nigga, it don't matter. They're gonna be the same bullshit.
You echo my sentiments, bro. Like the reason they changed in the first place was because niggas wasn't trying with East and West. I think the model is broken. I don't know what you can do to fix it. I feel like when they changed it, they had the teams, little draft. That was cool at the beginning. The new method of score this certain points. It was good. 2020, it was the best. Everybody's playing hard because of Kobe passing. Everybody wanted to go out to get the first Kobe Bryant MVP award. That was great. It was even good in the bubble All-Star game. Well, something happened last year where they got back to the bullshit. I really just don't care about NBA All-Star period. Honestly, how I feel about the NBA All-Star game is how I feel about the NBA. I'm real apathetic with this. Like, I just don't care. They need to make more things. They need to do more things to have me care. You know what I'm saying? And this just doesn't change anything.